Fujiazuma Kazuyoshi. Fujiazuma Kazuyoshi, Japanese, Fushidong Hijaya, born April 19, 1987, as Kazuyoshi Shibuya, Shibuigu Hiyu, is a Japanese professional sumo wrestler from Tokyo. He entered sumo in March 2003, reaching the top makuuchi division in July 2011. His highest rank to date has been maegashira 4, which he achieved in July 2013 after he put together 5 straight kachi-koshi, or winning records, in the top division. However, he was ranked in makushita, the third division, from May 2017 until July 2020. He wrestles for Tamanoi stable. Early life and sumo background. Kazuyoshi Shibuya went to primary school and junior high school in the Adachi, Tokyo. He began practicing sumo in his 5th year of primary school, and in his 6th year came in a second in a national primary school sumo tournament. He had been going to Tamanoi stable regularly for practice since primary school, as his sumo club had an ongoing relationship with the stable, and this was the stable he ultimately chose to join after junior high school. Career. He made his debut in March 2003, the same tournament as later Juryo contemporary Satanaumi. He rose gradually to the ranks of makushita and was working his way up, but would start to suffer from pain due to a neck injury and would eventually drop back down to the 4th-tier Sandanmi division. After 2 tournaments here, he would slowly work his way through makushita again. He reached the elite secretary ranks in January 2011, a little over 7 years after his professional debut. His rise through Juryo and onto the top-tier makuuchi division was surprisingly smooth compared to his struggles in lower divisions, undoubtedly helped by the forced retiring of several Juryo and lower makuuchi wrestlers due to an unprecedented match-fixing scandal. In these circumstances, a relatively average record of 9-6 at Juryo-8 would allow him promotion to the makuuchi division in July of that year. A member of Tamanoi stable, he is the first top division wrestler produced by Tamanoi's head coach, the former Oski Takizuma Daisuke. This first makuuchi tournament would be a very successful 10-5 record, which would allow him to rise higher through the ranks, but his following 4 efforts were all losing tournaments, which saw him slide back to maegashira 15. A very disappointing 3-12 score in the May 2012 tournament saw him demoted back to the Juryo division, but upon his return to the top division, he put together a string of 5 consecutive 8-7 records, which eventually saw him promoted to his highest rank to date of maegashira 4. He sat out the March 2014 tournament, recuperating after a detached retina operation. This led to his demotion back to Juryo for the following May 2014 tournament, where he only managed a 7-8 record. He won the Juryo Division Championship in March 2015 and was promoted back to makuuchi, but his return to the top division lasted only 1 tournament, as he could only score 3-12. This has been his last makuuchi appearance to date. He was demoted to the makushita division after the September 2016 tournament, but promoted back to Juryo for March 2017 after a 5-2 score at makushita 3 in January. His stay in Juryo lasted only 1 tournament, and he was back in the makushita division in May 2017. He reached the top rank of the makushita division, #1 East, in May 2019, but just failed to get the majority of wins that would have returned him to Juryo, scoring 3-4. However, he remained near the top of the makushita division, and he returned to Juryo after 18 tournaments away for the July 2020 tournament originally scheduled for May. He maintained his position in Juryo for the September 2020 tournament, but was prevented from entering it due to a COVID-19 outbreak at his stable. Fujiazuma was one of the 19 wrestlers who tested positive. He and the other members of the stable were allowed to keep their ranks for the following tournament in November. In this tournament, Fujiazuma lost every one of his 15 matches, the second straight Juryo wrestler to suffer this fate after Oki in the previous tournament. Fighting style. Fujiazuma wins most of his bouts by pushing and thrusting, His most common winning kimura or technique is oshi-dashi push-out. Career record: